All right, hey guys. Um, I wanted to do a quick video for you to talk about your project that you're going to do. Excuse me, I'm leaning over to see my other screen here. The project that you're going to do for criminology this spring, just to give you some direction and to encourage you to be creative. So give me just a second here and let me share my screen with you. Okay, so this is the file that you will see when you click on the project in this week's module. Now, as you go, I will move this project down into the next module and into the next module until it's due. This project is actually not due. I'm looking at this is your syllabus. Remember to get your syllabus on our D2L Brightspace page. All you have to do is click on the syllabus tab right there. So I'm going to scroll down in this and show you your project is not even due until 11:59 p.m. on May 8th. Now that doesn't mean don't do anything until May 7th, but you do have a lot of time to think about this because I want you to have fun with this project. I want you to be creative. I want you to have fun with it. I really do. So let's kind of talk about what you're going to do. Now, if I say something and you think, oh, well, maybe I want to do this, just email me. I'm probably going to say yes to anything that you want to creatively do with this project, as long as you stay within the parameters of what you need to do. So let's kind of talk about what you're going to do, and then I'll talk about some ways that I see this happening. So obviously, I want you to get beyond our textbook. I want you to find something that interests you with the subject of criminology, and I don't really care what that is. You can learn more about a serial killer or a criminal, maybe a quote unquote famous criminal. I know a lot of students here. I'm in the Rockford area, but a lot of students here in Northern Illinois, Southern Wisconsin area, many times choose to research Jeffrey Dahmer because Jeffrey Dahmer lived in Milwaukee, not very far away. And there's stories about Dahmer dumping body parts in the landfill out here on Baxter Road and 39. So sometimes now, see, I probably just sparked something in you. But you might want to do that. You might want to look at Aaron Hernandez. You might want to look at a specific crime. Maybe you want to look at oh shoot, I knew I was going to forget the name of it. The one that was it was supposed to be the party on the beach. Yeah, all of you that are under 25 will know what I'm talking about. But the one that was the party on the beach that the guy totally scammed all these young people out of all their money and like left them on a beach. It just was, I know you'll know what that is. I don't care what you research. I don't care if there's a topic in our textbook that you think you would like to learn more about, and you want to look at that. I know, again, a lot of times in Illinois, students might want to research organized crime as it relates to the city of Chicago. Yes, it does. So, I don't care as long as it has something to do with crime, the study of crime. I don't care. You have full creative freedom to really think about whatever topic that you might want to think about. If you're short on ideas, look through the book. Search local crimes. I don't care what you do. Now, be aware, if you're going to look at a crime, it's hard to use things in mainstream media that are current and going on now because you don't know the outcome. You only have what's out there in the public in front of you. So sometimes it's easier to research a crime that someone has already been committed of or someone has been acquitted of, or whatever. So regardless, so research and learn more about a serial killer or other criminal. I don't care who it is. Expand on a topic and learn more about something in our textbook, or research and learn more about a crime or something that is currently happening in our world. As long as it relates to crime, I don't care how you do it. Now, you are allowed to submit work in any format, but there are some parameters that we'll talk about. Now, maybe a couple of you want to get together and do something together. Y'all can email each other through class, and I think what I will do actually is I will put up a no point general discussion board. In fact, I'm going to make myself a note right now. So I will just put up a no point general discussion board. I'll call it something like project ideas or project partners or something. If you want to work with someone to do something super creative, now I don't mean that y'all get together and you just do a PowerPoint, that you can, or a Google Slides, you can do that on your own, but maybe you want to create a video. Maybe you and a partner want to recreate a trial. Maybe one of you, or maybe two or three of you, maybe one of you wants to be the criminal, one of you wants to be the prosecution, one of you wants to be the defense, and you research someone's crime, and then you guys kind of make your case. I don't care. You can do just a regular video. You can upload it to YouTube. You can make it private and just send it to me, so it's not out there if you don't want it out there. You could do a PowerPoint. You can do a poster project. But if you do a poster, you're going to have to take pictures of each section and send it to me, because obviously we're not face to face and I am not physically on campus at all. I don't care what you do. If you really want to, if you love writing papers, then feel free to write a paper on something. If you like writing papers, maybe you want to research, white collar crime, and you want to research white collar criminals and write a research paper on it. That's fine too. Maybe you want to take something like victimless crime, organized crime, and make the case for why those crimes maybe are not victimless, or why we need organized crime, kind of play devil's advocate with them. I'm just kind of throwing some ideas out there, but let your mind kind of go and do whatever you want to do. I want you to delve into a topic more than we do in class, more than your textbook does. Where you go from there and how creative you are with it, totally up to you. Please, and I'm going to make sure that I also, I'm saying this, it's in this video, so you hear me. Do not videotape anybody and use it without their consent. If you are going to videotape people that you do not, honestly, anybody that you're going to videotape, I would just make up a little, unless it's you guys in class, but if you're going to use people outside of class, I would just make up a little quarter-page sheet that just says, I so-and-so, where they can write their name. Understand that I am being videotaped for a criminology project at Kishwaukee College in the spring of 2021, and I agree to be videotaped and allow my recording to be used. Something like that, where you have written permission from the people that you are videotaping to use them, if you're going to do that. Some of you might decide that you want to do a video and you want to go around and you want to ask people about drug use or smoking pot. They may not answer honestly, but maybe you want to go out and interview people about topics. Anybody that you're going to put, that you're going to videotape or take a picture of, you need to have written consent from them. I'm going to ask you to scan those or take a picture of them, I don't care, and send them to me so I can keep them. Even if it's your family members, please do that. We just don't want any problems down the road where you might upload your video to YouTube and someone didn't agree to that. Okay. So make sure that you are getting permission. If you're unsure about what to do for permission, shoot me an email and I'll give you some ideas. Your video, if you do a video, you do not have to upload it to YouTube. Sometimes that's easier. I cannot open iPhone videos. I don't have an iPhone. You're going to post them in D2L. Now, if you've posted an iPhone video before in D2L and your teacher has opened it from a computer, then cool. I've never had a student do that, so I'm a little unsure of it. But if you know it works, then that's fine. Otherwise, if you are okay with uploading to YouTube, sometimes that's easier. It would be great because then I could share it with the class. But whatever. whatever you want to do, just be creative and have fun with this. I'm not intending for this to be something that is super stressful to you, that takes hours and hours and hours, although it might, depending on how creative you're going to be. So I do ask that you run your idea by me before you get started, just so I know where you're going. Sorry, I have a piece of hair in my mouth and it's just driving me crazy and I can't get it out of there. Okay, so please, before you get started on a topic, shoot me an email. Just tell me what you're thinking and what you're thinking about doing for a format. You can change that, but I just want to make sure that y'all are doing things that are appropriate. Again, I have to say this because I just do. Do not do anything illegal. Do not engage in any illegal activity. Do not go into a place where you're not supposed to be. Please make sure that you are safe. Do not engage in risky behavior. Please, please, COVID restrictions, follow them. Wear your mask. Please use hand sanitizer. Please stay 6 feet apart if you are not masked, even if you are, please be smart. I don't want to see things that are risky, and the university takes no responsibility or liability for you if you do anything where you break a law. We take no responsibility for that. I have to say those things. I'm not expecting any issues, but I do have to say those things. So, all right. And not listening to this video is not a reason that you did not know that. All right. So let's get into the other stuff. So what the basics that need to happen, whatever you're doing, whether it's a video or a paper or a poster or whatever, tell me what you're doing. Tell me this project is going to be about. Be that direct. I know that sounds strange, but I've had criminology projects in the past where I have no idea what their topic is. So please just tell me what you're doing. So you're clear. If you're writing a paper, don't worry too much about APA and MLA style. Cite, but I'm not going to ding you on citation issues. But tell me in the first sentence, this is a paper on, or your poster, make it very clear, research on, whatever it is that you do. Find out as much as possible. Yes, use the internet, but please go beyond the first couple Google suggestions. If you're going to research a topic, for example, if you want to research Aaron Hernandez, there's a kind of freaky Netflix video or Netflix movie on him. But then look at what they use for sources and go see what those sources say. Don't just take the first 2 Google suggestions. Go beyond that. Get on the second page or the third page. When you start seeing things repeat on the third page, then you're done. But just using the first 2 Google suggestions, you're not doing in-depth research. YouTube as well. You can use YouTube. Use newspapers, popular, and maybe those newspapers that are not big, like the Tribune, Sun Times, New York Times, those kinds of things. You will also find that many times newspapers might charge you to use an article, so be careful about that. And we'll talk about how to get some research stuff if you need it in a minute. I need you to find 5 sources. I don't really care what those sources are, but a 30-second YouTube video is not a good source. That can give you an idea of where to go, but that's not a good source. You can, if you decide to research Charles Manson, Charlie Manson, he cracks me up. I know that's kind of weird to say, but you can find all kinds of videos on YouTube where he is doing interviews with people, and they are phenomenal videos, and you really can kind of see where he's coming from. But they're 1.5 to 2-hour videos. Those are great. You don't have to use the whole thing, but delve into them. This is going to take you some time. I want you to really immerse yourself in your topic. So you need to have 5 sources, and I need a link that works to each site that you use. If you happen to use a book, send me the reference for the book. If you are doing a video, you can just, or any of you can just put your sources, just link them on a Word doc or a Google Doc and send that to me when you're done. That's fine. A minimum of 5, more is fine. You can use 10, you can use 15, whatever it is. I need to be able to link to every one of your sources, and yes, I will check every one. So if it doesn't go to where you were at, you're not going to get credit for it. Your project should explain your topic and should teach us more about your topic. So I in the past, I've done this as a classroom presentation, and I would expect in class for this presentation to be 30 minutes. In an hour and 15 class, we would get through 2 presentations a class period. So for video people, you need to be in that 25 to 30-minute range. I would expect that you would be talking during all of that. So I would, you need to have 30 minutes of stuff. If you're going to do a PowerPoint presentation, you certainly can do a PowerPoint that you lecture to. Do it as a, however you want to do it. A movie, you could use Zoom to record, whatever. But pretend that you are the teacher teaching us your topic. A paper format, you would be easily 7 to 10 pages. A PowerPoint would easily be 30 slides at least. A poster, you need more than just a poster. If you're going to do a poster, it's fine to do a poster, but then you should probably have a video or something else with that to make this a big, so this is not a little project. All right. Every project, regardless of the format, must include the following. You need, and you guys haven't quite, or yeah, you are on this now. You need to explain and apply all 10 techniques of neutralization that are in chapter 7 on the chapter 7 table on page 159 in your book. You need to use you need to explain all of them and what they mean in your presentation somewhere. You need to use them all, whether what you are doing, those apply to that or not. I need to see that you understand what techniques of neutralization are. Students must then include information from chapter 5, the biological and psychological explanations of crime. In that chapter, you need to apply 2 topics from that chapter. I don't care what it is. What it is really based on what you are researching, but you must have 2 topics from chapter 5. So you have to have all 10 techniques of neutralization, explain all of them. 2 ideas from chapter 5. Sorry, I'm going to scroll down on my thing here. Whoops. And then you need to include 2 theories that are applied to your topic. Now, depending on what you use, different theories are going to apply. Now, remember, anomie is that theory that says that, in a nutshell, it says that there are no rules, that it's a state of anomie where you don't think that the rules apply to you. Now, there's more to it than that. Strain theory, that you feel this strain of trying to keep up with that idea of what middle class life should be, or the things that you should have, social control theory, etc. I don't care what theories you use, you must use 2 from the textbook. So if you're looking at, serial killers, you're going to have 2 very different theories that you apply than if you are looking at organized crime. So use your brain, look at the chapters that apply to your topic. Don't use a chapter on organized crime if you're talking about serial killers. If you're talking about Dahmer, luring people into his apartment, having sex with them, killing them, and chopping them up and putting them in a freezer, that's a very different topic than looking at victimless crime and gambling. Okay, so use what it applies, and you will lose points for trying to use a theory that doesn't apply to your topic. Again, if you are not sure, shoot me an email. We can either talk about it over email, or we can do a Zoom. So 2 theories. So 10 techniques of neutralization, the information from chapter 5, 2 theories from any 2 theories in your textbook, and then apply course information from the chapters that cover your topic. You know, these are in addition to the other things that you are doing. So again, if you're looking at juvenile delinquency, you need to be going to the juvenile delinquency chapter, and you need to find 7 to 10 things that you can talk about in your project. So for example, if you choose to do a project on organized crime, you need to include information from chapter 11. However, information from chapter 10 may also apply, as well as possibly information from 12 and 13. So part of this project is also going to reflect, did you actually read your book, and do you know where to find information that applies to your topic? The 100% projects are going to be clear to me that you can use multiple chapters, that you can apply course information, that you know what these theories say, and you can apply it to your topic, that you can get out of just the one chapter that is your topic and you can encompass other things. I am really looking for, can you bring all of this together and see that, for example, the juvenile delinquent that gets involved with a gang and ends up killing somebody at age 15. If you're looking at that, can you think about what you've learned from class to explain what's going on with that behavior? So hopefully that makes sense. Here's how I'm going to grade you, okay? And it is crystal clear how I'm going to grade you. I am going to use this rubric. So before you submit, make sure that you have what you need. So here's the first one. Student has at least 5 sources, all cited. Again, if you're doing a paper, cite within the body of the paper, try that, that's fine. I'm more concerned with, do I have a reference sheet from you? And that's for every topic. So if you have 5 or more sources and you just do a Word doc or a Google Doc and you link to that, that's fine. But do I have that? If you don't send me anything, it's a 0. If you only have 4 sources, then you only get 4 points. These need to be appropriate sources. Again, don't use something on rape if your topic is on juvenile delinquency and it has nothing to do with rape. Okay. Is the length at least 30 minutes of a video, 30 slides, or 10 pages of double-spaced paper of quality coursework with no filler information? Meaning, are you just rambling on in your video? Are you just rambling on in your paper to make it long enough? I don't want to see any of that. If you met it, you get 5 points. If your length is 20 to 29 slides, 20 to 29 minutes, 8 to 9 pages, page length does not include reference page, you'll get 4 points. Length of this, you'll get 3, 2. If you are 9 minutes or less, that should be 10 slides, not 0. Or 4 pages or less, you get 0 points. Let me save that. This is why I go through this also, so I can find my errors. Okay. Does the project clearly educates the reader on the topic and provides sufficient information that is outside of course material? So you need to research stuff outside of course material, then you need to apply course material. So those 5 sources that you're using are your outside material. If you are just saying, I want to talk about drug use, and you only use the textbook, the paper does not expand on course material. Okay. So that's how that's going to go. All techniques of neutralization are stated, defined, explained, and an example given for each technique. Did you meet that? Did you only do 8 or 9 correctly, etc.? The project applies at least 2 ideas from chapter 5 on biological and psychological explanations. Again, you met it, you used 1, you didn't use any. Oh, that should be points. See, this is why do this. I find my typos. Okay. Project applies at least 2 theories. You met that. You used only one or you didn't use any. And then the project applies, which means stated, explained, defined, and give an example from 10 concepts from additional chapters. So whatever you find, those 10 concepts in additional chapters, are you saying what that concept is? Are you explaining it to me? And are you giving an example from what you've researched outside of the textbook? That will give you a total possible of 80, and then there's your grading. Okay, A, B, C, D, F. Before you submit it, make sure, go through this rubric. And I know it looks like a lot of pages. That's only that way because I made it much bigger. This is only a couple of, I think it's only a couple of pages. Yeah, it's only, oh, I guess it's not. Okay, so it's 3.5 pages, meaning the last page is the grading. You know, yes, it is a little bit long, but I wanted to be very specific as to how I'm going to grade you. So when I go through and grade, what I'm going to do is in comments, if you lose points, I'm going to tell you what area you lost points. So you'll know if I if I think that you didn't clearly educate us and you only got half to 3/4, I'm going to say 4 points for clearly educating. Or if you know, only apply 6 to 7 techniques of neutralization and you earn 3 points, in my comments, I'm going to say 3 points for techniques of neutralization. So you'll know where you lose the points. How do you earn 100 on this? You do everything you're supposed to do. You make sure that you have everything and you've met everything that I'm asking you to do. You've gone through this rubric. You make sure that you have everything and then you submit it. Okay. Now, I'm sure that now after this, you are thinking, oh my goodness, that's a lot. Yes, it is. It is a big project. When we teach this, or when I teach this face to face, we actually do this as partners, but I give them like a week of class time to do it. It is a big project, which is why I'm giving it to you on March 7th. That gives you almost 2 months to get it done. Biggest mistake that people will make is they will wait on it and they won't do it. And then you are rushing at the end, and then it shows that you rushed at the end. I have fun with this. Really delve into something that is fun. You know, do a topic that interests you. Now I'm going to get on actually right now, and I'm going to create a discussion as soon as my homepage over here loads. Doesn't like when I try to get on the computer when I'm doing the Zoom. So I'm going to create a discussion right now that will be visible as of March 7th, or March 8th, I guess. That will be a discussion board that is just for new topic. All right. So what I'm going to do here is just create a discussion board that's going to say, you know, new topic, title, project, looking for a partner. So I'm calling this project looking for a partner / group of 3. And I'm going to make it an open one. So if you decide that maybe you think you want to work with a partner, go to if you don't want to email people directly, go to the discussion board and just post on there, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. Does anybody want a partner? So I'm going to say post here if you want to work in a pair or group of 3 on the project. Use this discussion as a way to find a partner to work with. Now, remember that, you know, you all don't have to, like, you can do this. If you want a partner, you can do this through Google Slides and do it through Google Docs so you guys can make changes there. It may require you obviously to meet face to face. I would suggest FaceTime or Zoom for that. Again, please make sure that if you work with a partner that you guys are being safe. But I think a lot of this you can do as a small group if you want to without ever being face to face. Use video, use Zoom, use FaceTime, record your FaceTime, you know, whatever. I don't care how you do it. I'm trying to finish this up. So, and again, I know college students hate group work, but sometimes for this project, it's a little more fun. So just look for the discussion. I'll throw it in the first module here. I'm going to have a start date of it of March 8th, March 7th. And I probably will end it like a month later. So I think I'll end it on the 8th of April or whatever that is, just so you're not waiting till the last minute if you want to do group work. Okay. All right, guys, that's all that I have for you. Reach out, let me know if you have questions, problems, you're stuck on something, whatever, and have a good week.